Yo, YouTube. What is going on? YouTube. Oh man, hair's looking crazy. How's everybody doing today? Everybody here on this glorious Wednesday at 4:31. Let's see who's gonna be the first person to jump in. Man, y'all are late. I'm on time. I'm on 8. You know? How do I have 2 likes and 0 people watching? And the way it updates is crazy. It still says there's now there's people in. Justin Bennett, what's going on? Dude, thoughts. Levon Gasparini, what's up, man? Palin, yo. Joe Nilo in the house. What's up, bud? Mike, how's it going? Bridget Mills, 4:30 already. Yeah, it's 4:30. Crazy, right? Time is flying today. Time is flying. How's everybody doing? What are you guys up to, man? Oh, blurry. Okay. Brad Butler, what's up? Heraclio Ramirez in the house. Hercules himself, the man, the myth, the legend, in the chat. Ethan Sanchez, Barrick. I'm telling you, I like that name, Barrick. It's not bad, man. It's not bad. Justin Bennett, the straps and Devin. What do you think? That's a good point. That's another hot topic right now, right? Straps and Devin. Should you have to go to an automatic strap if someone wants the strap? I don't know. I mean, I've been thinking about it. I've been watching the videos on that and stuff too. It's kind of like if someone wants the strap, odds. Devin's like, I think one of his points is like odds are you're going to get there. Like if someone's dedicated at a high level and a top pro and they want the strap, like it's going to end up there one way or the other. Like he wants to just cut, the wasting time part and get to the straps. Now, especially for Devin, that's true. Because he's like a master of getting away and getting to the straps. So in his cases, that's 100% true, but not in all cases, right? There's definitely other situations where people aren't very good at getting to the straps, and some guy would not want to go to the straps and hold on and pin someone, like Devin's old match against John Brzezinski. Like that type of stuff happens a lot, especially with people trying to run against somebody with a big hand or someone that caps and really clamps down on the thumb. You can hold on. So to eliminate that all the time is kind of rough, I think. But don't get me wrong, I love pulling the straps. No problem with that. It's just, I think to eliminate people's options of maybe holding on and getting a pin outside the straps, I don't know. I feel like it takes away, it's cutting out a lot of the sport in terms of like technique and gamesmanship, like fighting for the right grip, speed, hand coverage, a lot of things that have to do with outside the strap pulling. I think it eliminates a lot out of that and cuts out a chunk of the sport, which is, I think Coach Ray was saying something about, Devin's right. He loves freedom arm wrestling. So why would he cut out part of the sport? You know what I mean? But I get, like, if I'm pulling Devin, like, you might as well just admit you're going to the straps. Like, if you have a match with Devin, like, if I was planning to go against him, like, yeah, dude, let's just cut the time out. Plus, like, especially if in terms of him versus Levon, like, if the whole point is Levon doesn't want to waste time trying to load up with Devin and getting tired, then him wanting to just go straight to the straps, he should. He might as well just go straight there. It's going to end up there one way or the other, probably, So, yeah, maybe he'll try to hold on outside the straps and pin Devin, hold on to his thumb. But odds are it goes to the straps. So why not just go straight there in his case, but not in all cases, guys. So I, all in all, don't think one person should be able to dictate if both guys have to go to the straps. I don't think so. But then again, maybe I'm just used to how it is. So you going to pull the Patterson tournament? I've not made any plans to pull the Patterson tournament as of yet. King of the Schwing, says Jay King. What's going on, Brad? In this particular match, yes, auto strap. Lloyd Christmas in the house. What's going on? Justin Bennett, I agree they're going to get to the straps. Devin is a Jedi. Joe, if someone wants the straps, they should have to fight for it. I can agree with that. It's just like if you're thinking about saving time in a match against Devin, which is guaranteed to go there. Yeah, but I don't like the thought of cutting out a whole section of the sport just because, right? Then it's just called I don't know, it's just called strap wrestling. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like there's a big part of it that hand dominance and stuff plays a big part, and it goes away somewhat in the straps, right? Let's see. I don't care about WF rules, WO rules. I just want to arm wrestle. Says cool. I agree. Gabriel Young, are you going to upload ET versus Alan Fisher? I don't have that footage. ET has that footage of him pulling Alan, so that's on him. There's no debate here. It's in the contracts. That's the point. Okay. I think this controversy is overblown due to internet trolls. I agree. You shouldn't go straight to the straps. So if someone wants in the strap, it's going to be its part. at a high level, though. There's still a lot of guys that aren't that good at getting to the straps, especially against someone with a really strong hand wrist or like clamp down on the thumb. There's a lot of guys that fall prey to getting slam center table when they try to run for the straps. Lancer, what's going on, man? Thanks for through. Brandon says Chafee wants the straps against Levon, couldn't get to it. That's a skill on Levon's part. Can't take away a guy's hand like that. Exactly. But Dave isn't super good at getting to the straps. You know what I mean? Usually people fold underneath Dave and they slip and then they go to the straps. So I don't think Dave's used to being the weaker guy and having his wrist fold and like trying to force the straps. I think that was new territory for him. And most definitely overblown. We just need a ruling and be over it. I agree. Larry Wills versus Chafee's Efren. Stop. X Monster in the house. Michael Todd and SB left hand this weekend. I like to see Michael Todd win, but SB's left will be too much. What do you think? I don't know. On that topic, though, I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Vegas. So I got the time off work. I asked my boss 2 days ago. I wasn't planning on, I mean, it's Las Vegas. It's like 3.5 hours away. But like I said, I've been so focused on the Dave Chafee match. Like I hadn't really been thinking about competing or doing anything like that. And then part of me was like, well, hey, if you can get the day off work, just go out to Vegas and hang out and watch the matches. Like go watch the super matches. I want to see how Tim does against Matt. Obviously, I'm watching that one closely. Like, was Tim way out of shape when I beat him? Is Matt super strong? If Tim beats Matt, like destroys Matt, I mean, at least that people have to argue like, oh, Derek's kind of strong, But if Matt just runs through Tim, but then most people say Matt's stronger than me anyway. Anyway, so I've been watching that. Like, I'm wondering how that's going to pan out, right? And then Michael Todd and Ryan Espy. I'm interested to see that. I mean, when Mike gets in his lane left-handed and he can get a shoulder behind his arm, like he's very strong. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. But anyway, I got the time off work and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So talked to the girlfriend and we decided we're going to book a hotel and run out there. And then I was like, I didn't pull this weekend left-handed. And I didn't gym this week, so I can go left-handed. So I did a photo shoot on Monday, and my right arm is actually still sore. I was flexing like this for legitimately an hour and a half to 2 hours, just nonstop flexing. I don't know if flexing could get you sore, like just holding a pose over and over again as tight as much as I can to try to make my arm look buff. So, but yeah, I did that. My arm's actually sore, and I want to continue working it out. I want to go to the gym tonight and just keep doing some pumpkin arm type stuff, some one arm stuff, just prep for Dave. So I'll throw the left hand up there, I think, in the tournament if I get there in time. I don't get off work till 3 a.m. Then it's a 3.5 hour drive. Registration ends by 11. Either way, I'll be there to watch minimum, but I plan to I plan to pull lefty as long as everything works out and I'm not like dead tired. Then I want to throw my left arm in there. So I don't know who's in the class, the tournament left-handed. I know Corey Breslin's going to be in there. I'm wondering if Matt Mass is going to join up because he has a super match right-handed. Matt's a balanced bowler. He pulls left-handed as well. So I'm imagining Matt will enter the tournament left-handed. That would make sense. But I don't know who else will be in my class left-handed. But either way, I'll be there to watch the matches in Vegas this weekend. Excited to go. Excited to watch the whole thing for sure. I think that Michael Todd and SB has to be the favorite. But I think Mike, if he gets to a spot, can definitely give SB a run. Sean Crowther says, please tell me you're going to – yes, sir. I'll be in Vegas. Let's see. Condottiero, what's going on? Charlie, just kidding. Yo, great seeing all of you this Sunday. I was doing index finger towel cupping the whole drive home. Yeah. So I was actually just talking on Discord about towel, working with a towel in your hand. You guys, there's so Travis Bagent always promotes. If you ever go to a Travis Bagent seminar, he always talks about using a towel. What he does is he promotes taking like a dish towel and wrapping it around your hand and keeping it in your palm and cupping it and gripping it, right? To develop muscle memory. He calls it developing a smart hand, but getting used to having things in your palm, getting used to controlling things in your palm rather than having weight in your fingers. So you always have it based deep in your palm. You just walk around work like stuff like just gripping it. So you get used to everything being in here. So that way, when you grab a door handle, you don't just grab it normally. You get the door handle in your palm. Everything's in your palm. And so it's more for like muscle coordination or muscle synergy, just getting used to having things where they need to be and being comfortable with the movement, which in turn will give you more strength, right? I found a different way. I was working with a towel this weekend to kind of do the same thing, but just to promote muscle memory in terms of like how I want to grip people and where I want to apply pressures in my hand and my thumb and stuff like that. So that's what Condottiero was talking about. Yeah, I mean, It's all about small, intricate muscles. And once you start gripping as tight as you like, you know what I mean? Once you're really going all out, you have this big game plan to top roll, for instance. Say your whole plan against this dude is I'm top rolling him. And then the moment you get up there and you tense up as tight as you can, does your wrist dump? Do you bend your wrist back? Do you forget to grip like with your top fingers because you're squeezing so hard with your bottom fingers? Like what happens in that moment? And developing your muscle memories for like in that moment so you stay on track is something that's really important, right? So yeah. Do you think Monster Michael Todd beats Zilla 6-0? If Monster Michael Todd can't fix an nation issue, I believe he loses. Michael Todd has to be the favorite in that matchup unless Todd Zilla got some awesome top roll. I know he's kind of top rolled Chance a little bit, kind of in a weird way. So maybe he's been working on it. I don't know. I'm interested to see, but Michael Todd has to be the favorite. E-friend, I'm just kidding. I love Larry. Brandon says, did you see anything that you weren't expecting as far as Dave's performance? So curious as to your plan of attack. I covered that on the little response video I made to the matches. No, when I watched that, Dave was Dave. The only question was going to be, is Dave a really strong Dave right now or a weaker Dave? But Dave did what Dave does. I have a good eye for arm wrestling. I'm hyper analytical. I watch arm wrestling and I can generally see gaps and holes in people's games and stuff and see what their plan is and exactly what they're doing to a really small detail. And Dave went up there and did what Dave does. Dave either generally posts straight backwards or Dave kinks his wrist in and then hooks sideways. That's his two moves, right? And he did what he does. It was more of a testament to, I was wondering how strong Alex was. Once, if he didn't beat the wrist or once, he was in a grinder situation where he wasn't just walking through the guy's arm, I want to see how strong Alex was. So the biggest thing I took away from that match is like that once Alex gets stopped, he's still strong. To say he's weak would be stupid. I just mean that once he gets stopped, his bicep and his break, his like elbow and stuff could be exploited. So I took more away in terms of Alex than I did from Dave. Dave did what Dave does, even when he lost his wrist a little bit, just so much side pressure. So nothing really changed in terms of my plan for Dave. I don't arm wrestle like Alex. I didn't plan to arm wrestle like Alex. So yeah, I'm still going to do me. It's not really changing my plan of attack. Thank God. That would have sucked if Dave did something whole brand new that I didn't expect. And I'm like, oh no, I've been training the wrong thing. No, the thing I've been training and focusing on is still the right thing. It's just a question of will I be strong enough to pull it off? Right? We'll see. Alien Schmalians. Any thoughts on Monster Michael Todd doing all the bicep curling training? It's not going to hurt. It's kind of like doing grip, it's not going to hurt. I don't know. He already has a ridiculous bicep. Michael does. He has a crazy bicep. If you isolate Mike's bicep, it's at a super high level. I don't know. Yeah, I'm interested to see how it carries over to the matches in terms of like his style and stuff. But yes, it'll never hurt having a strong bicep at all. Jimmy 19, how much will you weigh versus Dave? I don't have a goal weight. I'll be as big and strong as I can be. I'm sitting around 343 to 345 right now. But I'm going to start getting bigger here pretty soon. I'm just strong in lifting and everything's going good. I haven't been focused on getting massive. 345 is enough weight. Anything on top of that is just cherry on top. You know what I mean? Brandon, yeah, it's hard to know if Monster Michael Todd is what he used to be. I asked him in a DM if he thought COVID/nerve damage had done permanent damage. And he said yes, but that he wouldn't say it publicly. Brad, thank you for outing Mike publicly. He said he doesn't want it to be released publicly, but this is what he said. Sean, I'll be in your class. Looking forward to meeting you. Hell yeah, Sean. Let's see. Rob says you would destroy Matt. Who knows? I do like stylistically my matchup with Matt left-handed. So I usually do pretty good with top rollers. Usually. Let's see. Texas Piranha, what up? Big Mark in the house. What up, Derek? Wish I could go to Vegas to see all the arm wrestling goodness. Danny Gillian is going to be there representing Texas. Hell yeah. Bridget, Mike, you at dinner right now or what? I want to see you versus Alex. You're both 6'8" and similar weight. Yes, we are. DF Dubs says, I still want to see Larry take on Evan Burgoyne left-handed. Hey, Larry looks like he should be pulling lefty. It looks like his left is holding up a little better. I watched that after pulling video with Dave Chafee and all them, and his left was looking good. Brandon says, something's up with Monster Michael Todd's hand. He can engage his bone lock. He can't engage his bone lock or can't pronate out of the Kings. Now he does more of a very open top roll and has in his last two matches. Yeah. Who is favorite, John versus Corey? You got to go with John. I mean, you always have to go with John as the favorite. I mean, I still stick to that. I mean, can he lose? Yeah, he lose to Devin, of course. But like, and nothing. This is no reflection of Corey West. I mean, that's a joke. And besides Devin, like he's been looking super strong and dominant. So, and assuming he's still on that trajectory and gaining as fast as he was gaining since he's been back in the sport, I mean, you have to put John as the favorite, I think. And he has so many options. He has so many different styles. So, but I mean, if maybe Corey will just bulldoze him. Maybe that'll happen. But I think I'd have to put John as the favorite. Hermes Gasparini says, LOL. Thanks, bud. JJ Eric, what's up, dude? Stoked about the Dave match. I believe you'll show up in rare form. Should be a good one. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to be as crazy and out of my mind and as strong as I can be for that match. And we will see what happens on the table for sure. Stacey, what up, Derek? Question. After seeing how Dave dominated Kardeccia, how scared are you? Don't worry. You're next. Not scared. $5 super chat from Billy Fleet says, I'll be in Vegas for the event. Does all the good matches start at 2 p.m. Vendetta? I just don't want to get there too early. I don't know, man. Like I said, I just got the flyer and I just made the decision to go. I haven't talked to any promoters. I don't know any inside info, just on what the flyer said, that weigh-ins end at 11 and tournament starts at 2. So I don't know the exact structure, but sorry about that. I wish I had a better answer for you. Thank you for $5 super chat, man. If I find any more info out, I can let you know, or you can message me on Instagram if I find out. I can let you know about the details of when the super matches are and stuff. But I don't know off the top of my head. See, Rob, Michael Todd is getting his head rubbed. What? Oh, against I got you. He's gonna get his head rubbed. Neil was talking about making a match between Beerman and Nanastad, and Beerman versus Frodo Haugland. What do you think, man? Nicholas Nanastad is such a badass, and so is Frodo. I have to think that they're the favorite again. Oh, I have to think that Nanastad would be the favorite against Evan and Frodo. I don't know, man. I just saw Frodo lose to Kurt, the guy from Turkey, who's like 50-something. Or I was like, what? I did not see that coming. It was a weird loss. It was like on fouls and weird stuff, but still, I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought Frodo was going to be unmovable. I don't know. So maybe Evan wins that right-handed. I don't know. I'd be interested to see it, though. I think there'll be close matches for sure. We just don't know what level Evan's at. He hasn't traveled much lately in a while. So I'm interested to see how he matches up with people. John will 100% crush Corey, says Brad. Maybe. Vitaly wants to pull Dave next. Any thoughts on who has a better chance? Vitaly and Dave? I think Vitaly has a better chance than Alex did. I still don't know, man. If Dave's like in a way like a bigger, stronger version of Todd Hutchings, right? Kind of okay losing his wrist and going sideways without it and successful. Vitaly, I think, will definitely take Dave's wrist. But what happens after that? I think Vitaly will post and sit longer and try to tire Dave out instead of rushing the pin. Oh, man. Man, that's a tough match. In my head, I'm like kind of going over it. That's a tough match. I got to say, I think Vitaly's the favorite. Yeah, I think I'll put Vitaly as the favorite in my head, but not much, dude. 60-40, like not very much. When's your match with Chafee? June? What? It's gonna look like it's gonna be in July now. It's just finding sponsorships and getting the money because I got to pay Dave $3,000 plus travel for him and his wife. So getting all the money locked in has been the issue. So trying to find sponsorships and promoters that can get that money gathered and stuff like that. That's the problem. Who's your top 5 across the ocean? Okay, off the top of my head, haven't written this down, but Levon. Oh yeah. Last time I did this, I had Devin at number 2. Everybody got mad about that. Vitaly, Dave, and it's like, dude. Okay, the thing is, it's hard to put Dave above Mike because Mike beats Dave stylistically. He just does. But Mike's, lost to Gennady and stuff like that. So it's like, that's where it gets rough, right? 1, 2, 3 is not hard in my opinion, but 4, 5 is like, I mean, you have to put Mike above Dave. Mike will beat Dave. As far as, unless Dave does something crazy we haven't seen before. Yeah, so maybe it's 1, 2, 3 Gennady, but Dave beats Gennady. Oh man, it's a mess. It's a mishmash of Michael Todd, Gennady, and Dave in my brain. Yeah, it's somewhere. It's a mishmash of them for the final three, or the final two spots. Yo, Carlo, what's up? Al Smith in the house. Do you think there should be a 200 and then a super class above that for all the giants like yourself? No, there's not enough giants, man. It would be it'd be whack. Like there'd be 3 of us in a class just to save all the heavyweights that are scared of arm wrestling. I mean, and plus, generally super heavyweights are full of fat anyway, and so it's like the amount of muscle on their body is not. I mean, some people say like once you pass 250 pounds, there's it's fat pretty much after that, and it's so rare because there's one giant that shows up every once in a while. You can give him his own class. Really, I don't know. It just seems like the classes would be super tiny. The amount of guys that are over 275 pounds is like not very common, right? So especially on any kind of local level, no, and like a world championships, you can say be a little more viable. But yeah, I mean, it's 242 and above usually. I mean, that's why I've always been around. But yeah, maybe I guess. Alien Australian said, "Thanks for answering my question. Good luck versus Dave. Hope you're on that level and continue to get better." Hell yeah, I'm on the level. I don't know. We'll find out. Hi, Derek. Greetings from Wales. Thanks for the live stream. No problem, Keith. Thanks for hanging out with us. Skylar Brooks says, Devin said Levon is weighing 415 pounds right now. That makes me think endurance of Devin may really come into play if Devin can just stop the match. What do you think? Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing we've all been talking about. If Devin can stop the match, then he's game on, actually. But can he stop it? Is a high hook in your possible moves versus Dave or versus other high-level arm wrestlers? Yeah, it's an impossible move for sure. It is an possible move. Shane Owens arm wrestling says, watch last year's Nevada State. Who's that guy that beat you and went to the finals versus Cody? That's my teammate, Mega Mike. The one I talk about on here a lot. Yeah, he's on my team. He's only been in the sport like 2 years. Mike has never lost in a hook right-handed in competition. Nobody's ever hooked him and won in competition right-handed. So that's crazy, right? It's a pretty cool stat. He's coming up on he's over 2 years now, 2.5 years in the sport. Yeah. So he even beat Cody that tournament in a hook, and he beat me in a hook. Now, when me and Mike pulled now at practice, hold on, he knows what's up. But he has the last tournament win on me, and he never fails to remind me, which is totally okay. Chris H, what's your favorite strain? Oh, I don't know. I don't strain of, you talking about weed? I don't really smoke that often, so I don't know. Yeah, guys, if you're in here and you're not subscribed, it's weird. 78 people, 38 likes. What do you got? What can you guys hit that thumbs up button? What are we? These are rookie numbers. X Monster says, I just mentioned SB. You'll be at the event. And he said he'll be interested in trying your left after his match with Michael Todd. Because he's on Aussie Arm Wrestler's show. All right, cool. Brandon Tolley says he still has 2 months, but Devin does not look big enough to beat Levon in my option. I thought he'd be bigger than he was against Monster Michael Todd, but as of now, I believe he weighs less. Yeah, I agree. He does look small. Heard you're pulling Levon this weekend, says Alex. Maybe. Luke D, who are you arm wrestling? Sorry, just got here. I'll be entering a tournament in Las Vegas. Probably. Either way, I'll be there, but I'm planning as of right now to enter the tournament left-handed. Chris H says, who do you want to Will Smith a person? Who do I want to slap? Nobody. Publicly. Let's see. Okay. Keela Beck says host a poll. Let's see. Should one person determine if straps are applied? There we go. You guys, there's a straps poll. What do you guys think? Should one person be able to ask for the straps and it has to happen, or should it be earned? Let's see. Let's see. Chris H. Lachlan versus Reg. Who do you have winning? Man, you have to put Reg as the favorite. You have to. There's no way that Reg is not the favorite. I mean, he beats Dave Chafe. He beats everybody besides basically Cody Merritt, left-handed, especially if he's fresh, right? Because you got to remember, most of the matches you see Reg pull in tournaments, he pulls almost every single weight class. So he'll pull every class and then be pulling supers as well. So especially if he's like in a super match setting where you get a fresh Reg, dude. I mean, Lachlan's awesome, and Lachlan's super strong lefty, but Reg has to be the favorite. I mean, just his resume alone, like Reg has to be the favorite. But I'm very interested to see how Lachlan does and what style he chooses to go at Reg with. But yeah, you definitely have to say that Reg's the favorite. Who wins? Call it or Will Smith? Call it the Beast. Spencer in the house says, smash that like button. Thanks, Spence. I appreciate that. Vitali just did an interview with Matt Rhodes and placed himself at 6th in the world. Dang. Chris H said, you should grow your hair really, really long. Bridget would kill me. Do you like finally seeing a ref warn a guy for using position? Talk about Alex Dave match. Thought he was going to call a foul on Alex at one point. Yeah, I mean, Alex didn't mean to go there, but he ended up there. That's happened to me before. And hopefully the footage is burned. But I've landed in a King's move like 9 years ago in a tournament. It was horrible. I don't know how I was hooking and my arm was failing. I didn't want to let go. And then I was like, no. And then he was failing at the same time. And we went to a double King's move. Oh, the guy that's filming it, I told him right away, can you please erase that footage? Tube Carter says, hey, Derek, I heard about your big right arm match against Michael Todd. He said he's down and just waiting for you to accept. Tube, stop trolling. Carlos says, I want to see a rematch for Dave Chafee and Devin and Monster Michael Todd on a non-WL table. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that goes. Devin's at a crazy level right now, I'm sure. So Tube Carter says, anyway, make sure you check out Levon's YouTube post community section. Nate Polidoro says, the crowd will explode the moment you catch and contain Chafee's fury. I don't know, he's not very fury. He's not very crazy. But, hey, that happens. No one will be freaking out more than me. Tube Carter says, so no one beat Mega Mike in a proper match because Tube Carter loves hooking. I got you. Brandon Tolley, Derek, if you beat Dave, I think you should call out Devin or Schoolboy next. That's quite the weird options. Devin on one hand and Schoolboy on the other one. Not that Schoolboy's not amazing, but that's kind of big difference. They're the two most well-known guys in the sport, in my opinion. I think it's to be great for your career. Well, I do plan on calling out Devin at some point when I'm ready. We will dance once everything is proper. But right now, I don't know. Maybe pull Schoolboy, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know if they would even accept the match. Dave Anderson, waiting to see if you're like worthy. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Dave, such a rough critic. Every time you're in my streams, hard critic. Joaquim Sandel says, why so much hate on Devin? So many people have something about him. I don't know. Another $10 super chat from Saucy James. Thank you for the super chat, man. What's up, brother? Here late. Who do you like in the Matt Massive Bresnan matchup? Bresnan just needs a pin to win the stakes. Good luck in the tournament. Like I said a few streams ago, I think that if Matt doesn't change, if Matt does his normal move, if he low hands and tries to hit back, I think that's not the best best idea for Tim. I think that it'll end up in the straps, and then Tim does well outside the straps, but really well in the straps. I don't know if Matt is going to bust Tim's hand like that. Now, from what I've heard in the other interviews, Matt says he does not plan to do his normal move. Okay. Well, if he doesn't plan to do his normal move, then he could be really successful. I think that puts Matt maybe potentially as the favorite. But yeah, if he does anything like his normal move, I don't know. Plus, I think Tim will be going to the straps. I think his last match with me, he was kind of mad that he didn't end up going to the straps. So I'm looking for Tim to go to the strap, like kind of push for the straps pretty early, which I think benefits Tim. So we'll see. I think that okay, we're gonna assume that they're going in the way they've always gone, right? We'll assume it's normal Matt and normal Tim. Then I think Tim's a favorite. But we'll see what kind of switches Matt makes for the match, basically. Hopefully that answers your question. Let's see. Spencer says strap should be earned. You got at least slip. Now, do I agree with all the slips to go? Now, I do agree with all slips go to straps, though. How's that poll doing? 86% people say no. One person should not determine if straps are applied. 51 votes. Well, there you go. I mean, it's a good amount of votes, 51 votes, and 84% of y'all say no, dude. One guy doesn't get to choose if you go to straps. You got to earn that shit. Okay. Totally cool. I understand that. Tat says favorite movie. Ooh, favorite movie. I can give you a couple top ones, a couple top favorite movies. Bloodsport, Hook, V for Vendetta. I used to like Grease and Moulin Rouge. I like musicals. Back up. Braveheart. Man, I like Mel Gibson movies. Anyway. Okay. Ryan Bowen said Colin would beat you 6-0. He did not say that. Stop it. Someone sent me a clip of Ryan saying Colin would beat me 6-0. Chris H said, did Larry get ripped off the second round versus Collard? I was going to pin him, then elbow foul for restart. Maybe. Brandon says, Derek, thank you for doing these chats. Arm wrestling, my favorite sport. It's extremely cool when you get to talk to your favorite athletes weekly. Please keep these up. Of course, man. As long as I keep these up until I get so unbelievably famous that there's 400 of you guys in here and I can't keep up with the chat, I will still do my best. Just one day this chat might be moving so fast because I'll be the number one arm wrestler in the world that I won't be able to keep up. But I'll try. I promise I'll always try. That's hopes. That's me laughing. I'll always get some random, like one random comment on this video saying, why are you so cocky? Like, geez, you're so full of yourself. Like, I don't know if they understand sarcasm that I put in these. I think the auto strap rule will give advantage against Levon. I mean, it'll help Devin against Levon somewhat. Nate says, I would like to see Devin versus Monster Michael Todd in WAL pads, see if Devin can still beat Monster Michael Todd's Deep Kings. Yeah, let's see it. Basement Billiards. When is Dave match? What date? Early July, but I'm still sending in. I'm still got to finalize everything. It's all about money, guys. I can't announce the exact date until the money's right. Jason Rosenbaum says, I don't think you have a chance against Chafee. That freak show is still going strong, just my opinion. And that's totally cool. You have that opinion, Jason. Totally cool. 100%. Dave is obviously the favorite, right? On paper, 1,000,000% the favorite. And you saw how he arm wrestled against Alex. Yeah, dude, Alex was beating Hermes. Like, what? A match with Derek Smith. Are you kidding me? That guy from California? What? There's no way I'm going to win. There's no way. Unless I do. But there's no way. And I totally understand people thinking that. That's fine. Does not bother me whatsoever. I mean, yeah, if I was a gambling man, my money would be on Dave. Of course, that's the safer bet. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. And I'm going to do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. But I understand that. Is Levon scared Devin? I don't think so. Rush Trader says, what's up, buddy? What's going on, man? Spencer, member for 8 months. Smash that like button from your first member. Spencer's in the house. Always supporting. Spencer, my boy. Eric MW, as long as Devin can manage a slip, the auto strap hurts him. Less time to pump Levon in setups. He's either not confident he can slip or he's doing a bit of trolling / mind games. Well, a little bit of both. I think everything Devin does is a little bit of trolling. Who's the strongest lighter weight person you know? Well, I know a lot of people. I've been around the world a few times now to arm wrestle. So I've met like a lot of the top lightweights. So I don't know if you mean like someone that I talk to on the regular or if people I've met. I mean, I know Todd Hutchings. I think he's kind of lighter. If you're talking about lighter than that. Now we're thinking about people I've pulled with. I mean, I've hung out with Ingen Terzi, you know. I was super impressed by Justin Bishop. I pulled Justin Bishop before in like an after pulling session, and damn, that guy's hand is strong. His hand and wrist is like a super heavyweight hand and wrist, like a good level super heavyweight hand and wrist. Like that dude is strong. So he the moment someone says light guy that you've been impressed with, Justin Bishop always pops in my head as just dude, that hand and wrist is crazy. But I've met Sasho, I've met everyone, man. I've met Mindaugas, I've met everyone. So, but just as far as me pulling with, yeah, dude, Justin Bishop just keeps popping in my head when you say light guy. That is impressive. Let's go, Derek. Keep getting stronger from Brandon. I plan on it. How many times did you have to beat someone up at the club? Well, I've mounted 15 years, so I don't know. Lots. That stuff's happened. Someone said Roadhouse. No, Michael said Roadhouse. I've seen Roadhouse a couple times. Okay, so the poll is done. 73% or 73 people voted. 88% said no. That's the end of that. That's pretty obvious unanimously that people do not want one person to choose the straps. Let's see. Listen, my friend, I hope you beat Dave, but the way he is winning makes me nervous for you. Yeah, be nervous. That's okay. Like, you know what I mean? This is the game. This is the game I signed up for. This is the game I'm playing. So all I can do is focus on myself. All you can ever do in life, in every situation, is control yourself. All you can control is what you do. And so I'm going to control me as best as possible. I'm going to try to steer this ship to the most optimal strength situation. I'm going to go at Dave with everything I have, with my game plan intact, hopefully. And we will see if my guess was correct on where I might have something for him or not. Maybe, you guys, he might just go, meh, meh. That very well could happen. But I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure it doesn't. So we'll see. I'm pretty strong. I'm pretty strong. And I have a good plan, I think. I like my plan. I feel good about my plan as of right now. Someone clip that. And then if Dave destroys me, just have that in loop. I feel good about my plan. My plan, it's a good plan. And then we'll see. Maybe I'll look like an idiot. Let's see. Derek Brandon says, well, I think you can definitely make it to number one in the world. Keep grinding, bro. Thank you, man. Jay Gilbert. Derek is less of an underdog against Dave than Devin is against Levon, in my opinion. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe. I mean, honestly, guys, like if I know the rankings are weird, right? You can't trust those. But if we did trust the rankings, Dave's third and I'm fifth. If that was true, then it's not that big of like a jump, right? Todd Hutchings as well. He just seems super busy. He's doing a million matches everywhere. Like if Todd had nothing planned and Dave had nothing planned, yeah, I would love to have a match with Todd. But we went straight for Dave. We're going straight for Dave. Straight for him. You know what I mean? All right. What's your ranking from 2000 2009 Nemiroff top 5 arm wrestler? Dude, I don't know. Ethan, what the hell? What kind of question is that? I don't know. Robertson's Landscape and Irrigation says, just from movie list, We Be Boys. Yes, these are great movies, man. Larry versus Evan, who you got? Larry. I'm on Team Larry, man. I'm on Team Larry. I want Larry to win these matches. So I'm just gonna always blindly pick Larry from now on. Even though I did that against Colin and it didn't work out. That's me. Larry has this. Come on, Larry. I refuse to even think that Larry loses ever again. I think he just goes undefeated for the rest of his career. Come on, Larry. You got this. You guys, Larry's important to us. We need him. He's helping the sport so much. We need Larry to do awesome. And we should all be behind him. Don't get me wrong, Evan's my boy. But come on, Larry. I think weight class should be 165, 205, and 206 plus. Less classes, more payouts per class. Your thoughts? Yeah, definitely on a local scale. I mean, the less classes, the more money for people to win. Yeah, I got you on that. But if I go against a 206-pound dude who didn't make weight, like he was like 207, he's going to be pissed. Nate Polidoro says, when is Dave match and where can I watch it? Man, you guys, Dave match should hopefully be early July. Haven't locked everything in yet. Hi, Derek. Hope you're well. Thanks, Phil Woody. I appreciate that. You pull Brzezinski at his house. You think he's stronger than Dave? I've never pulled Dave, so I really can't tell you. You have to ask me after my Dave match. Chess or checkers? Chess or neither. Definitely not checkers. Dave says meanies. Justin Cowable says, Levon said Devin won't pull unless he gets his rules. Probably. Brandon, what do you think will be Devin's biggest complaint of all the complaints he's going to have in the hand setup against Levon? He's on my thumbnail. On my thumbs, my guess. No, I don't see him having any complaints. Levon will grip him super fair. He'll just cover his entire hand. Like, so even if they didn't get the strap thing, Devin's going to slip. He'll slip underneath. It's going to straps. But then once it starts, no, Levon's super fair. When you arm wrestle a lot of Europeans like that, they don't do a lot of crazy stuff. They set up really pretty fair generally. So I don't expect Devin to be bitching about a lot of stuff. Can LBJ be great at arm wrestling? He's a big guy, 6'8", 290, ripped. LeBron James? I mean, sure, he's an athlete. Maybe, eventually. Not like right away. He'd obviously have to earn it. What do you think about Hermes and Devin beef / rivalry? I don't know. Is that even real? Like, I don't know. I don't really have any thoughts on it. I think Devin's too smart. Hermes is great. Hermes is great. He lives or dies by his hand, and his hand is amazing. But I think Devin has too many tools, and he's long enough to give Hermes some problems, I think. But who knows? How's the grippers going? I don't know. I haven't done it since last time I was sitting here with you guys. Everybody has a plan until Will Smith slaps him in the face. LOL. I stole that from a comment, not my original. Thanks, Jason. We're still on the Will Smith thing. Wish you the best, big man. Rooting for the underdog. Hell yeah. Always we should be cheering for the underdog. Have you heard you named the King's move? Is that true? If so, where do it happen? Where do you come up with the name? Also, is there a God's move? Devin will need to learn it ASAP. That last sentence is pretty funny. Is there a God's move? Yes, I came up with the name King's move. I did it. You guys, I know you hate it. But I'm the one that named it. Devin's the one that promoted it and got the name out there, but I definitely am the one that came up with the term King's Move. We were on Facebook and arguing with Ingen Terzi, just kind of like going back and forth about it. Ingen hated the move, and at the time it was Crazy George and Michael Todd were the only two people I'd really ever seen do it. And it was through like them having so many injuries over like 20 years of arm wrestling that their arms just got so beat up that they lost range of motion in it. And so since they lost range of motion, I was like, oh, so it's a move that only like guys that have been in the sport like 20, 30 years could do, the kings of the sport, right? Because they've been around for so long at a high level that they earned that move because they've been around for so long. They're arm wrestling royalty, right? So I was like, a king's move, because like you can only do it if your arm can't open up. So people do a king's move, but really their arm fully opens and they're like teetering off. By definition, by the way I came up with the name, that is not a king's move. That is just like an open-handed top roll or something like that. A king's move means your arm physically cannot open up, right? It cannot go straight, and that is the reason that you're not getting pinned, right? So if that's not the case, then it's not a king's move by definition. But I understand everybody else says, king's move, and I get what they're saying. But yeah, by definition, it's not. That would be like an open top roll if your arm is straight and you're teetering off the table. But yeah, so I came up with that name, and Devin, I messaged Devin with it. We were talking in like private chat, and he's like, dude, I love that. I'm going to start promoting that. And I was like, cool. And so Devin started blasting King's Move everywhere. And then it took off because, of course, if Devin says it, it's gospel, so he promoted it and it took off. And there's no God's Move that I'm aware of. Derek versus Matzo Michael Todd. Can you win? I don't know. I wonder how Mike feels. Mike will be the favorite, of course. So I'm getting pretty strong. Hopefully by the time, okay, if I beat Dave, right? If I beat Dave, like I said, there is no way you beat Dave Chafee unless you have a King's Move, unless you're at an insane level of power. All things. You can't just take his hand and show it to Alex. It's not just taking his hand. You have to be a pretty complete arm wrestler to beat Dave Chafee in a fundamental arm wrestling. You have to be complete, meaning you have to have pressures everywhere. Side pressure, sliding your elbow, hand control. Like you have to have the whole thing, right? So if I beat Dave, right, say I do. So that means if I beat Dave, I had to have been stronger than him, in my opinion. There's no way beating Dave unless you're stronger than him, at least in a few ways. So assuming that happens, that means I'm at a stupid level of strength. I think that's inarguable. Dave just showed he's at a very high level of strength right now. If I beat him, I'm at a stupid level of strength. I don't know how strong I am on the table right now. My match with Tom went really well. My match with Tim went really well. I don't know. I've been working out harder. I'm even stronger. So I don't know. This is like the test with Dave, right? To see if he's the ceiling, if I'm not there yet, right? But if I am, then in terms of my next match after that and looking for the next name, I'd be at some stupid strength level. I think Dave is strong enough to beat Michael Todd. I just don't think he has the style to beat Mike. I think I can have the style to beat Mike. So if I've gotten that strong enough to beat Dave, then yeah, there's no reason to think that I can't pose a threat to Michael Todd. But we're gonna find out. Right? Maybe I get crushed by Dave and I got a ways to go. But yeah, if I beat Dave, then yeah, there's no reason to think I wouldn't have a chance against Michael Todd, right? Would you take a left-hand match with Oleg? Oleg. Which Oleg? Oleg you're talking about? Which specify, Thomas? Look at Levon's community post on his YouTube. Someone shared it. You guys want me to read it? Levon's post says, hello world, too many people had written me, so I wanted to comment on the drama. There are no rules mentioned in the contract that I've signed, especially auto strap, so it's not true. We had to meet and agree on them afterwards. We're seeing how rules have changed for King of the Table 3. For our match, rules are set to suit/help Devin exclusively. My sport is called arm wrestling, not strap wrestling. You have to earn the strap. If you can slip from the hand, then if you can slip from the hand of your opponent. Apparently, he will not pull me without auto strap rule because he thinks it can save him from me. I will pull him within his requirements and needs, and if you think I'm worried, good for you. There you go. That's an exact quote from Levon Saganashvili. Let's see. What do you think about Hermes being a middleweight frame going against supers? Good for him. He can't really change his frame, He wants to be the best in the world, and that's what you got to do. If you want to be the overall number one in the world. Brandon says, let's see. Derek smokes Monster Michael Todd right now. Monster Michael Todd has a lot to prove to get back to 2024. I would never assume I can beat Michael Todd. I'd have to do it. Without Kings, Devin is in trouble against Hermes. You think? Yeah, well, but he has the king. So it's like saying without his move, he would lose, but he has that move. So White Wolf, what up, man? And the beat goes on, says, you think Devin can pin Levon even one time? Don't be diplomatic either. I think Levon dominates. Levon's the favorite. I'm trying to think. Do I think Devin? I mean, if Devin pins him once anywhere within the first 3 matches, it's over. He's going to beat him the rest of the super match. Anytime at any point if Devin gets a pin, he wins every match after that. In my opinion. It's just will he get a stop? In the first 3. I mean, you got to say that he's not in the first 3. I mean, I hope he does? Yeah, of course. Of course, I hope Devin does. That's my buddy. I just don't he's not the favorite to stop in the first 3, you know. I don't know how slanted it is, but I don't think Devin's the favorite to get a stop in the first 3. Join the Arm Wrestling Discord, says Spencer. Yeah, you guys, Discord link posted in the chat. Good luck on your match. Great content, says G. Thanks, man. You guys are kind of taking off. What is the difference in genetic potential between you and Alex Cardecha? Genetic potential. I don't know. We never measured up. I don't know hand size and arm length. Has he measured with Vitali? Because I've measured with Vitali. I haven't seen any pictures of Alex and Vitali measuring. So maybe I could judge it based off that. It doesn't look like Alex has a really big hand. I think he has a thick hand, but not really big. Just from videos and pictures. So I don't know. I don't know whose arm's longer and stuff like that. I think we're pretty similar framed. So I don't know. I mean, I've been in the sport longer than him. I think I've only been in the sport a few, like 4 or 5 years or something. I've been in the sport about 12 years. So I got him on time in the sport, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know in terms of genetic potential. I haven't met him in person. What's your favorite meal to gain weight or prepare for a match? If I'm taking it all super serious, then I like the vertical diet. I like red meat, white rice, low gas vegetables. You know, worrying about your stomach and sweet potatoes, things like that. Lots of red meat though. Levon is the God's move. Has food been tough? Buy because price and how will you need to keep the weight up? Oh no, I'm used to expending a lot of money for food. That's my life, right? I'm like, one thing I'm usually cool with is always having the AC on and always spending money on food because I'm never gonna starve myself over money. Like I allow for my food bill to be high, right, in all my bills and budgeting because I eat a lot, man. That's just what it is. But I have enough money to feed myself. Wow, that's a trip about the Kings. Did not know that. I thought the name had been around since Crazy George was younger. Nope. I think you'll beat Dave 6-0, says Adrian. Thank you, Adrian. A believer. Thank you. What vehicle to buy? EV or ICE? Still, I don't know. Big Mark says, you got to make a video explaining your Superman hook in depth. It's a move I really want to add to my arsenal because a normal hook isn't working for my long arm. Haha. Yeah, you guys, if you have a long arm and you're an arm wrestler, like it's rough, man. It's a rough sell learning how to hook and how to be comfortable with a long arm and hooking. Because if you drop your angle, if you bring your elbow back too early, you drop that angle, it's all bad, right? And then that's nothing but bad news bears from there. So basically, the whole gist of it is, especially for a long arm, is you want to get your arm vertical and you want to keep this connected and don't pull your elbow back unless this comes with it. If at any point you're bringing your elbow back and this is opening up, it's extra bad for tall guys. It's bad for everybody, but it's extra bad for tall guys to bring your elbow back while this angle opens up. So everything should be at the front of the pad, and this only your elbow only comes backwards if this is staying intact, right? If the arm's not opening up. Dude, you see those forearms, guys? They're getting pretty beefy, guys. Yeah. If you beat Dave, you go for Devin or Levon next. Dude, if I beat Dave, okay. Like I've said this 1,000 times, and this is the comment that always gets me in trouble on YouTube. People are thinking I'm being cocky, which is weird. If hypothetically, if I beat Dave, and especially depending on how I beat him, right? If it's a grinder and I'm like, and barely pulling through him and stuff, and we're like right here, then yeah, I look at Michael Todd, I look at Todd Hutchings, I look at Devin, or I start going overseas. I don't jump straight to Levon. If I destroy Dave, if I'm just like, I never go past center, and I'm just like, then like, I mean, what might as well. Shoot. If I can become number one ranked arm wrestler in 4 matches, meaning I've only been trying to do this rankings climb, this like doing super matches with people and climbing up the rankings. I've only been doing this recently, right? So that would be my 4th match. If I beat Dave, I go pull Levon. If I could become number one in the world doing 4 matches, I want to set the rankings world on fire. I want to be ranked number one in the world after doing 4 super matches. If I can do that, I'll do that for sure. But I got to be smart about it. Like if I beat Dave and it's close, I'm not going to rush for Levon. We saw how much stronger Levon was than Dave, So that wouldn't make a lot of sense. So it depends on how it goes. Without the Kings move, Devin is in trouble. Everybody wants to have a Devin. Oleg Zoke. Do I think I can beat him left-handed? Dude, that guy's a monster. I'm going to go with no. Weekend left-handed. I mean, I train everything equally, guys. I train my left with my right. It just arm wrestles really differently, and it has some old injury. Without giving out too much, I have a nagging injury with it that keeps me from doing certain things. So it's a little more one-trick pony than my right. My right, I feel comfortable hooking, top rolling, high hooking, whatever. My left is not that. So we'll see how it holds up. If you win, Dave, who's your next, and vice versa? There you go. I just answer that. Hopefully, Levon signed that contract knowing the rules of king of the table at the time. Okay. Devin smashes Hermes, potentially. Totally guilty of being trolled by Devin again. Damn, I fell for it. Everything is fake news. Okay, guys. So what Spencer just posted right there. Big announcement. Big announcement. Let me grab something for you guys. I want to show you something cool. So those of you guys that don't know, Lion Straps. There's a dude on my team. The guy that started my team with me, his name's Leo. He started on my arm wrestling team with me 9 years ago. He was my first local guy to start arm wrestling with me. I taught him everything I knew at the time. And we were going through practice, and eventually we needed some straps. We didn't have any straps. And Leo said, well, I know how to sew. We're like, all right, we'll go make a strap. So he made a strap, and he brought it back to practice, and it was really bad, right? And it was like, dude, this is the worst strap I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's cutting my hand. The buckle's not opening up. It was like horrible. So 9 years of practice every single week, and me talking to Leo multiple times a week, and day in and day out, me and the team, my team would just crack on Leo's straps all the time. Dude, that buckle was crap. Oh my God, this still cuts. This is the worst. Look at it. It's not drying. It's absorbing the sweat. Everything was just bad. We would just harp on his straps, and then he just kept improving it. He'd buy better buckles, better material, things like that. So eventually, through just trial and error, Leo came up with Lion straps, right? He ended up with tubular nylon straps they're the best in the market, only because they don't cut. So you can practice with them the whole time. They don't cut your skin, right? They're because the edges, since it's a tube, it gets wider and doesn't cut. Now, I normally talk about my sponsors, but this is different, right? They launched their website. Lion Straps officially launched their website right now, you guys, and they're putting in the chat. Spencer, please keep posting Lion Straps new website in the chat. Lionstraps.net. So that they have never had a website. In order to get Lion Straps before, you have to message them on Instagram and or on Facebook and try to track the guys down. But I helped name that, right? So we were trying to think of a name for a strap company. I said, you should start selling these straps. They're the best straps around. And so Leo was like, okay. We were trying to think of a name. And I was like, Leo the Lion Straps, Leo the Lion. I was like, you should call it Lion Straps. And he goes, I like that. And then so we went with Lion Straps. And yeah, that's his thing. And me and my team have always encouraged Leo to keep going and promoted it as much as we can. Obviously, in my travels, everywhere I've gone, I've taken straps. I took straps to Dubai. I gave Adam Silver a bunch of straps. I gave Ingen Terzi a bunch of straps. The straps are everywhere. Everybody in the world has Lion straps. We've mailed them to everyone. I think Neil Pickup has them. Every promoter has them. Like we've got the Lion straps out there to everyone. And now Leo is partnered up with ETN Weight, or the arm wrestling biker guy. His name is Arm Wrestling Planet in the chat. They partnered up. So now Leo mostly makes the straps, and ETN focuses on the distribution and the promotion part of it. But they just launched their website. So I'm going to be their first official sponsored athlete. I mean, obviously, I helped name the freaking thing. So if you guys go to that website, if you go to linestraps.net, you'll see like they have the athletes section, and I went to that photo shoot I was telling you about. I went and did that with ET on Monday. And he put some cool pictures up there with me wearing the crown and trying to look mean. So you guys check out those. Now, I have a discount code. It's AW Derek. Straps are, after the discount code, I think it's 15%. Basically makes the strap $10, right? Depending on shipping, depends on where you're at in the world. Shipping will be more or less. But it should make the strap around $10 after you use my discount code. Also, the new strap they just released. They've given it to me to show on this stream. A golden strap. Kind of cool, right? So I'm pretty hyped on it. It's still at tubular nylon, right? But it's gold. The Midas touch, the gold strap, right? So he said I was allowed to show it on this stream. But yeah, so the website has been launched. You guys go check them out. Lionstraps.net. Get yourself some straps. Yeah. So I needed to promote that. It's my boys. That's my team's, strap company, man. Like I'm super proud of them, and they've been crushing it. So, and you guys, they're the best straps. Like this, it's like I don't just say that. I've never had someone get Lion straps and be like, I don't like these. Like I'm sure some guys are gonna try to say that now just because I said that, but nobody's ever made big stinks about it. Like the straps are amazing. They're super comfortable. They get really tight. Okay, sorry, had to do a tangent about Lion straps. Lionstraps.net, guys, check them out. Okay. This has just been a whole strap conversation, hasn't it? Okay, I'm jumping down a little bit. You guys kind of took off. Veronica Knight in the chat. What's up? Okay. I said that SB has to be the favorite, but Monster Michael Todd could win. Let's see. Do you think it's possible for someone who is not natural presser to condition his elbow and take that move to a decent level? Of course. Muscle memory and getting used to the move and developing how to use the certain muscles at a certain time and getting comfortable with it. Of course, you can develop a press. Can't wait to watch you and Dave. Keep up the intensity, man. It'll be awesome to watch. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate that. Do you compete in England's East vs. West? I have not been invited. So the very first one, I was in the group chat with them, and they brought up maybe me arm wrestling somebody, but I've not been invited. $5 super chat says, do you have any green straps? I have to see Devin's latest videos to understand. LOL. I don't work for Lion Straps. They have green ones. I've seen green. Is ETN not in here? ET, you let me down, bud. I'm almost positive they have green straps. But I feel like I'm 80% sure they have green straps. They have like every color. So I'm pretty sure I've seen green in there. Let's see. But yeah, the East versus West thing. Oh, yeah. The East versus West thing is, and thank you for the $5 super chat, White Wolf. You're the man. I don't know. Yeah, I haven't been invited. So I wonder why. I've been approached. I think that a lot of people are still interested to see if the Tim thing was a fluke and if Tim's just really weak or if I'm strong. And so I think that, they want to see the Dave match. Like, I think that the Dave match, now that Dave has been, we know Dave is strong. Dave just beat a guy that everybody thought was third place in the world, and the guy was favored to beat Dave 6-0, and Dave just basically 6-0'd him. So if I beat Dave, there is no arguing that I'm on some stupid level. There's no Dave's out of shape. That's out, right? So if I beat Dave, that's it. Or if I even have a really, really good match, it at least shows, like if I have a really super competitive match with Dave, at least shows like, So yeah, I think after that, the promoters, like, and Ingen's my friend, and they have not talked bad about me, at least not that I know of. But I'm thinking that that'll kind of solidify it. That is when the more East versus West offers and conversations will get brought up once I'm proven on that level. I guess everybody should immediately assume Tim is weak, I guess. So Chess Goal says, do you think Monster Michael Todd has lost a gear or two? Are people figuring him out? I think he had an injury, man. Like, sorry. I think the way his wrist was going out, man, and like, don't get me wrong, Gennadi's amazing. But the way his wrist was folding and not holding up was weird to me. It looked like an injury. Like, it never gave out that easy. And so, like, it looked like an injury, but Mike's not trying to make any public excuses, which I commend him for. But to me, just from an outsider, and he was having some of those problems during COVID and stuff. Like, it looks weird. Like how suddenly it's getting owned. Suddenly his wrist is just getting owned. That's weird. It went from people have super competitive matches, Andre Pushkar, all of them, right? Top guys in the world. Denis Saplenkov, top form. Oh, it's crazy. To suddenly his wrist is getting owned. That's weird. So to me, it kind of seemed like an injury. And so I don't know if he's lost a gear or two, and I'm hoping the injury heals. If not, then this might just be Mike loses his wrist a lot. So maybe he has to find a new style of arm wrestling, But I'm interested to see, the truth about that. And I'll see Mike in Vegas, and maybe we'll sit down and talk. I talked to Mike on the phone today. I talked to Michael Todd on the phone today, guys, by the way. So a lot of people still think that me and Michael Todd have a bunch of beef because of the Corey thing. We're good. We're good. We're good. I talked to Mike on the phone today. I messaged Rebecca last night. I said, I'm excited to see you guys in Vegas. I still care about the Todds a ton. I do. So I'm excited to see them and hang out with them and chat with Mike. I think everything's water under the bridge. It was just a miscommunication and mix up, and I understand they always have the best intentions. Rebecca is like a freaking mom to me. So, I'm excited to see them. But yeah, for people that were thinking we always have, like, we hate each other and stuff, that's not the case. I talked to him today. Did you hear about Larry going to Overtop 2 in Australia, hoping to meet him there and seeing how well he does, says Eastside Arm Wrestling? Yeah, great. Larry, yes, that is a good idea. That's a good idea. And it sucks because everybody's going to try their very best to beat Larry and be the man on camera, whatever. Just get that out of your brain. Dude, yes, doing tournaments is what you need, my friend. That's what you need. Just get more and more ready goes in a tournament sense with referees. Like, you got to get that experience. To go from never doing a tournament to just super match. Like, man, nobody does that. There's nobody that never did tournaments that just goes straight to a super match. Larry Wheels is the only human being that never did tournaments that goes straight to super matches only. I mean, yeah, even Brandon, even Brandon did super matches. Brandon Allen, he did a tournament before he did or he did 2 tournaments, I think, before he did his super matches. So anyway, yeah. So Larry, yes, I'm excited about Larry doing that. Paul Den says Lion Straps are the best. I think he beat Monster Michael Todd right now, says Rob. Deep says Michael Todd's eating pancakes, light syrup. Brad Butler, everyone knows it'll be a damn miracle if Devin wins, but stranger things have happened. That's why we hopefully all buy the pay-per-view, of course. Oh, they don't have the green ones on the page? Okay. Monster Michael Todd is overrated, says Paul Den. Boo best Lion Straps. Yes. Wait, there's a discount code? Yes. AW Derek is a discount code. Tiger on a gold leash. When's your next big super match, Derek? It's Dave Chafee, hopefully in July. I've heard one person say they didn't like them, and I thought that was really weird, says Texas Prana, right? Derek, be careful. Don't get hypnotized by Dave's romantic brown eyes and his soft ASMR voice. Right? I'll keep that in mind. It was nice to see Larry do a press in a match. I thought it looked nice. He's so strong, man. Neon strap, says GB19. Ooh, that'd be cool. Who would be a tougher match for you, Alex K or Hermes? Man, off the top of my head, who would pose a bigger threat? Just off the top of my head, just looking at them as individuals, not as them against each other, because I don't arm wrestle like Alex. So to think that because Alex beats Hermes, that it doesn't work, because me and Alex don't arm wrestle the same. I think I'd rather arm wrestle Alex. Than Hermes. Just stylistically. Just stylistically. Where I think my strengths lie and how I pull and where I'm comfortable at, I think I'd rather pull Alex. I second the neon green or maybe OD green. Just considered an orange one. Oh, just ordered an orange one. Thank you, Robertson's Landscape and Irrigation. I appreciate that, man. I see a yellow but no green. Ugh. I'm going to talk to him about getting green on there. Sorry, guys. I don't see green on the page. You versus Matt Mass, interesting matchup. I would love to pull with Matt. Hopefully we'll get on the table some this weekend. You haven't been invited East or West because you'll crush all those suckers, says Brad. Oh, there he is. ET, Arm Wrestling Planet. I've been here since you started. Although we don't have green yet, but we have a neon green yellow. Oh, okay. ET, why don't we have green? Come on, man. Tim's not weak. You're just stronger, says Paul. Yeah. I like that one. I'm about to break my diet to eat some pancakes, sausage, biscuits, and gravy. Texas says, not. Alex just had a very bad day and was weak. Yeah, right. Thank you, Spencer Doucette. Going to buy some green Lion straps. Dave will pin you so hard, you'll do a backflip, says, what? Damn. Wait. How would it make me do a backflip? He pins me to the right. and then I jump backwards. That doesn't make sense. Unless I'm super committed, and then he pins me so hard, and then I could see a flip happening. Yeah, that could be justified if I was really shoulder committed, and then he pulled through me really hard. Okay. David, yeah, he lost the offensive hit in the Kings with pronation and climbing. What's happening in Vegas is GB19. There's a big tournament. I don't have all the details. It's like the PAL championships. Anyway, there's there's 4 super matches. I don't know about the other 2, but there's Matt Mask and Tim Bresnan right-handed, and there's Monster Michael Todd and Ryan Espy left-handed. The super heavyweight matches this weekend on Saturday. Let's see. It's going to be on Arm Bets, I believe, is where you'd watch it. Good to know you're still part of the Monster fam. Heart, yes, Phil, Woody. I have no ill will, bear no ill will towards them, and even Corey West. Like, we're okay. It doesn't change. But listen, Corey's a competitor. We're cool. We've private messaged each other a few times. We're still friends on Facebook and things like that. I never hated on him anything personal. Never talk crap about him or his wife or nothing like that. That's not my style. It's just, I still think when I pull Corey, it's never going to change. But yeah, other than that, I mean, we're cool. It is what it is. I went straight to nothing to super match. Oh, Khalid. I think his name is Khalid, not Awa. Derek, Bad News Bear Smith. Bad News Bear. I like that. That's a good one. Let's see. Burgoyne's Billy. I think Larry could have won with a better table IQ. He just needs more matches. I agree. Russell Monroe. Yo, what up, dude? Did you hear Devin saying it? Yeah, about the 415 pounds. Yes. What happens when you reach 10K subs? I don't know. We got to do something cool. I was saying maybe I go lift 10,000 pounds in the gym. Maybe I do that. Maybe I'll wrist curl 10,000 pounds. Keep it arm wrestling related. What do you guys think? I would love your ideas. Give me some more ideas for what happens when we hit 10K. If you guys are watching this and you're not subscribed, that's weird, right? That you're in here and you're not subscribed to my channel. But let me know what you guys think for a 10K celebration. Some 10K ideas. Hopefully it has something to do with 10 or 10K. Something that's realistic. Eat 10,000 cheeseburgers. Come on, man. Can't do that. 9,000 maybe. 10,000? Come on. Let's be serious. Let's see. This is probably a dumb question, but is pancakes a euphemism for something? Steroids. Yeah, pancakes is euphemism for steroids. Because it started with Devin. Devin was getting ready for the Michael match, and he was saying he was eating pancakes. Was it the Michael match or was it the one before that? Anyway, Devin obviously got jacked, and everybody said, "Oh yeah, the pancakes are really getting you big there." Pancakes. So then it was like pancakes. Now pancakes, aka steroids, right? Let's see. They've been out of green material since COVID-19 started. Sons of bitches. Arm Fighter Championships is Texas Pro. Yeah, that's what the Vegas one is. The Arm Fighter Championships, guys. GB19. Do you think Levon is stronger than Prime Dennis? I don't know, man. It's so hard for me to say that. Like what? Like I know Levon is so impressive, but dude, Dennis, especially in his prime, was like had the strict curl world record. Like nobody besides Dave at one point really gave him anything, and that was right-handed, not even left-handed. Like it trips me out how much people think that they just look past Devin. Levon's the strongest of all time. Like, what made you think Dennis's left hand is weaker than Levon's left hand? Like, what happened at any point to make you think that Dennis Blenkov's left was weaker than Levon's left? We'll say because Levon's ranked number 1 in the world lefty. They say overall righty. I mean, even righty. Like Levon's taken more losses in memory than. No, wait, no, that's not a true statement. Because Dennis lost when he was getting into it with John. And then he lost to Michael Todd at the Arnolds. And then he lost to Dave. Okay. I can see the right hand argument. But but you still got to take the gym stuff into account, right? With like the strict curl. And the left hand thing, like, who knows? Who knows? Because Dennis was even better lefty. So I don't know, man. It's just people look way past Dennis Blenkoff, which is crazy to me. It's just crazy. But then again, when I came up in the sport, Dennis was the guy. Dennis was the Levon, you know? Let's see. 3.5 night says Yvonne. Nah. What are your predictions for this weekend matches? I think that Tim wins it unless Matt does something different, and I think that Ryan Espy is the favorite. Let's see. Hey, Texas Prada, still remember you? Says GB19. Big Frank, Devin trolling Levon will probably be the best thing in arm wrestling history. Zuloa, ready, bang. All right, I'll leave then. 10,000 pounds weight lifted, then 10,000 calories, says Texas Prada. Oh my gosh. 10K, do a face reveal? A what? Face revel? Yvonne, run a 10K? You're crazy. Clerk 93, 10K, 24-hour stream. $24-hour stream, man. Maybe I could do a 24-hour stream. I could do it on a Wednesday. Do you guys want to hang out? I have to. If I'm doing a 24-hour stream, guys, I have to be able to bring in guests. There's no way I do a 24-hour stream solo dolo. Would that be more impressive? I feel like it'd be way more boring if I tried to do it by myself. Talking to myself for 24 hours. I'd have to get it where I can have guests in here, which isn't hard to set up. I could do that. Yeah, man, 24 hours. But if I did 24 hours solo without any guests coming or to keep the topics flowing, it would be more boring but more impressive, I think. But I would definitely have to get guests. Shoot 10,000 hoops of basketball. Oh, my arm would be dying. Earning subscriptions is tough, says Dave Anderson. Yeah, I don't worry about it too much, man. I just hopefully as people think I'm genuine and they want to listen to me, and then hopefully as I keep becoming a better and better arm wrestler, because that seems to be the thing. Like if you're a top-ranked arm wrestler and you start a YouTube channel, then it just blows up. It's just what it does. So, you don't even have to. I mean, you can be entertaining, and that helps, but like it's not even necessary. It just kind of happens. So if I beat Dave Chafee, I'm expecting a ton of subs. It's gonna be so many subs. I'm not even gonna be able to handle how many subs if I beat Dave. 10K video reveal a secret training technique. I could do that. I have some stuff that I've mentioned lightly, but I haven't really gone into why it's so important and how big of a deal it can be, and why. So yeah, I could do that. Josue Andrade says, by Bakersfield, can we host a training? Andrade. Yeah, of course. It depends on when you guys want to go. Hit me up, message me on Instagram, AW Derek. Shoot me a message and we can talk about Bakersfield and setting up a training or something like that for sure. David Marr says, close the number 3 gripper 10 times in a row. Oh man, I could do that. But like, if it's a feat of strength like that, I don't know. I mean, I feel like the 10,000 pounds would be more viable, but if closing a gripper, like close a 3.5 10 times, I don't know if I physically can. So like, what do I do if I can't do it? I don't know. Do I just lose? I just suck or what? Alien Schmalien says, Dennis says crazy good Kings move, tough to beat. Everywhere I said Hermes till a few days ago. Let's see. Most pancakes are eaten by non-steroid users. Oh. You guys are taking off on me again. Damn it. I've been behind. I've been so far behind. I'm trying to speak quickly, and I'm still not keeping up with you guys. Some people say Levon is way stronger than Dennis ever was. Like, but what proves that? Do a 10,000 calorie video. You guys want to watch me eat 10,000 calories? Holy crap, that'd be boring. Dennis beat Pushkar 2009 Nemiroff with ease. Yeah. Yvonne says, nobody talking about Levon's left versus Dennis' left. It's Dennis's versus Levon's right. But they say in general, he's just the strongest person. They don't say right. They don't specify right-handed. So Dave can move Dennis righty. Dave couldn't even move Levon. But a lot of people argue that the Dave that went against Dennis was a lot bigger and stronger than the Dave that went against Levon, people think. What does arm wrestling AW stand for? Stands for arm wrestling. You know that. Don't mess with me, Nate. Phil Wood, if you had almost 3 months of Devin trolling Levon and constant rules talk, it would just kill the sport's current momentum, in my opinion. Yeah. Nug Whisperer, do you ever partake in burning the devil's lettuce? Yeah, not very often anymore. Probably like once every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, maybe something like that. and always like by myself just before I go to sleep. But never, yeah, I'm not real big on it. 24-hour stream, 10K throw red shirt guy in the pool. 10-hour stream for 10K, line people up. I can do a 10-hour stream for 10K. 24 for 24, do something like that. Definitely guests, says Burgoyne's Beer Belly. Yeah, I know. I can bring guests in here. All right. I want to do, like, if I did it, though, I want specific things. I don't want just guests just to come in and shoot the shit with me. I want guests to come in, and I want to have plans for them. Like, this dude's coming in, Devin, and I want some hard-hitting questions. We're going to get some good stuff out of Devin if he comes in during my 24-hour live stream. We're gonna get some good stuff. And I'm going to get his opinion on stuff. I'm done interviewing Devin. No more interviews with Devin. We're gonna have him answer some questions for us. Wait, that's an interview. What I mean is, I mean, like, I like one of my favorite things to do when I'm talking to the, like, so those of you guys that don't know, on my podcast, I used to do, when it was audio only, I had Devin on there. I had Travis Bajan on there. I had Todd Hutchings on there. But my favorite thing to do with them is to solve questions that you guys have. So in terms of, like, not just ask them questions about where they grew up and why they're in arm wrestling. We've all heard that. I want to ask them, like, how they solve problems. So I used to do it on Reddit, where I'd go down the Reddit list and I would answer questions. People would say, they post their problem on Reddit. My wrist hurts from arm wrestling against this guy. And I would be like, so Dev, his wrist hurting. And me and Devin would apply whatever knowledge we have or our opinions towards random arm wrestler problems and things that are going on. Oh, look at this new table this guy built. Devin, what do you think about this guy's table? So it's not interviewing Devin or whoever the guest is. It's me and him, helping people and solving problems for people. I like that. I like using the Todd Hutchings brain or the Travis Bajan brain to solve problems. I like that form of having a guest. I like that more than just, so what's next for you? Oh, wait, you answered that question 10 times already in the last week in other interviews? Like, that's lame. It's boring. To me, we all heard the same answers. Benji Max says 10K private strip club party, open bar, arm wrestling. That'd be funny. All right, I'm dropping down a little bit. Aussie arm wrestler, Derek Smith, I love you. Ready, bang. There he is. Has Ingen ever offered you a match at East vs. West? No, he has not. Well, the very first one, we talked about it slightly, a little bit. On Ermey's live stream with Alex, when Alex told Ermey's you were pulling Dave, Ermey's was clearly shook. I saw that Coliseum arm wrestling. So they're like, what do you guys think about Dave beating Derek or pulling Derek? And Ermey's like, but he didn't say anything. You can see the look on his face, like, Derek's pulling Dave. You gotta remember the last time I pulled Adamus or saw it Adamus, it was pretty one-sided. But I was a lot smaller and weaker than I currently am. So, yeah. And also that day, so I'm not going to give any details out because it's not my place to give the details out, but we shot with Larry Wheels and with Adam Silver, we shot a skit. We shot a funny ass skit. I can't tell you guys exactly what it was about, but everybody was in it, right? Vitaly and Hermes and Larry and all of us were in it. And it had to do with arm wrestling. And the one thing I'll say is that we shot it early in the morning, right? So I was arm wrestling this guy, is it right? Left-handed? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, for the video, it was like a real shoot, like a real production shoot. And so I had to arm wrestle with this guy for almost 2 hours, this bodybuilder guy. And we're screaming and we're giving it a cool 15 to 20%, but for hours. Just nonstop, me and him on the table. While they kept getting, because there's scripts and stuff like that, and so we had to go up on the stage or on the table and like fake a match and all this stuff. And it so we did that for 2 hours. And I just gotten over COVID the week before, and I lost like 20 pounds. And then practice was that night when I pulled Hermes. So I didn't know we didn't talk about the skit because they were supposed to release it. They never released it. But yeah, we filmed forever. So the Hermes I pulled, the Derek that Hermes pulled was like really, really weak. So I understand why Hermes would be shocked that I'd have a match with Dave JV. Makes sense. Let's see. Are you on the Armbet application? Yes, I'm on Armbet. Ben Young, since your ancestors came from Germany, can you speak some German words? No, I got Rosetta Stone German, but I never followed through with it. I did it for like a week, and then I just stopped a long time ago. Rosetta Stone's awesome, by the way. But no, just like what my tattoo says, Eine Liebe, which is one love in German. Get Aussie on the 10-hour show. Of course, Jake would have to come through. Jake, you had a great show with Ryan Espy, sounds like. Have I ever pulled Ryan? Yeah, I pulled Ryan. You guys remember that tournament where John Brzezinski pulls Michael Todd and he's holding him and he goes, "Where are you going, buddy?" That tournament, I was in that tournament. I have the jersey over there. So that tournament was UAL 8. It was like the biggest, craziest UAL tournament ever. I was there and I pulled Ryan Espy that day. He won, but I remember it was close. I remember being really proud of myself for having a close match with Ryan. I remember I stopped him and went to fouls and we restarted and then we stopped center table again. Like it was close and he ended up winning. I can't remember if he pinned me or if he won on fouls, but I remember it being close back then, but he won. I just remember being proud of myself for having a close match with him because I remember I'd heard of him. Let's see. White Wolf says, Austin Arm Wrestler is coach. He's done the 24-hour deal already. Yeah, yes, he's a beast. Perfect, Big Frank. Aussie Arm Wrestler. I will be playing another 24-hour podcast later in the year. There you go. Description of the video. Let's see. Go, Jake. If you beat Dave, need to face Devin or Levon. Ooh. Okay. 10K for 10 full review breakdowns and 10 random sub videos, says Jace. Okay, I can do 10 videos. Do a skateboarder Californian accent. Yo, what up, dude? Just act high. Bobby Ray Paris says, yo, Derek, what up, Bobby? How you doing, man? Levon versus you right-handed, but Levon gets to use two hands. Do you still win, says Alex. If I'm feeling nice. I don't know if you guys saw the video of me and Levon pull back in the day. He actually Kings moved. He had to drop to a Kings move when we pulled. I felt bad for him, so I dropped into a Kings move as well. It's the only footage out there of us pulling, so. GB19 says, is Dubai prettier city than U.S. cities? Dubai kind of reminded me of like the skyscraper area around the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building. That reminded me kind of like of Vegas, around the skyscrapers and stuff in Vegas. Other Vegas areas are disgusting, I know that. But I'm saying it was a really cool hotel. I didn't go everywhere. So some parts of Dubai weren't super nice, and some parts were. It kind of depended on where you're going, like any city. The inner city, by the skyscrapers, was really pretty, well maintained for sure. Yeah, but there's other places like when we were on the outskirts going to Larry's gym and things like that, where it was like, okay, there's some dirt and sand and trash and normal looking things, So yeah, yes and no. It was really nice. Yeah. 48 hours indeed. Marcus have to keep world record. When's your next match? Hopefully July. Levon was so dominant over Dave, and Dave was very dominant over Gadecha. This is scary. Yeah. It's just arm wrestling, guys. The worst that can happen is I break my arm or maybe die somehow on the table. Now, I'm never scared to arm wrestle. Dude, I know how to not get hurt. So what? The worst thing that happens is I get pinned. I would die, but it would be longer than 24 hours. Phil Woody, John Brzezinski was a cheat at UAL 8 as he and Jerry C agreed to lay down and split the winnings. Yeah, but at the same time, like that's how arm wrestling always was. I mean, it always has been in a million tournaments do it that way, for sure. I mean, yeah, you want to stay fresh, and Jerry wanted to stay fresh for Mike, and then John wanted to stay fresh for Mike. Because Mike had that Kings move, and it was newer, and people hadn't really figured it out yet all the way. So I guess John had it figured out, but Spiral bone break. Yeah. Bobby Ray Paris, is your next match against Dave? Yeah. Bobby must have just joined. Yeah. We've talked about that 4 or 5 times. Yep. Hopefully in July. If Dave and Levon went to straps, would it have looked any different? Yeah, I think it would have looked a little different, but I think Levon still would have won. But it would have let Dave access more of his power, his bicep and his lat and things like that. So maybe a little different. Maybe Levon clenches his jaw and gets moved off center a little bit, but I think it was just too big of a difference. Nino says you versus Matt Mask. Let's. I'd love to arm wrestle Matt in terms of my climb that I'm trying to do in the rankings, he's not ranked as a super heavyweight, so it doesn't really do anything for me in terms of me trying to become number one in the world. But Matt is super amazing arm wrestler, super powerful. We used to beat Mass whenever we had gripped up. Yeah, so I have no way I'm saying I can beat Matt. I'm just saying that seeking out a match with Matt in terms of me trying to become number one in the world he's not ranked as a super heavyweight. Why isn't Jerry ranked? Because he wasn't active. All right, guys, we only have like 4 more minutes. What's your match intro song? If I ever have an intro song that I get to pick, I really want it to be Stone Cold Steve Austin's intro song where it's the breaking glass, dum, 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 and I want to come out to that. You know, like I think that's cool. Current rankings that keep being put out there. Do I agree? Levon, Vitali, Devin. No, I already have Devin at number 2. And a lot of people don't agree with me. I understand that. So default by no, I don't agree with him. But see, Dave and then Alex and then Hermes and then Gennady, then Monster Michael Todd, then John Brzezinski, and Toddzilla. But if Monster Michael Todd beats Dave every time they cross paths and he's ranked 8th, that it's just weird. You know what I mean? It's the styles and the matchups at that top level are rough to have solid rankings. Really rough when a lot of these guys have pulled each other. Yeah, I don't know, man. $10 super chat. Coldstone, man. Oh, another super chat. Hey. $10 super chat from Coldstone says, do you feel Monster? Oh my gosh. Do you feel Michael Todd's issues are stemming from injury or change of life of style or both? Also, do you see if Michael Todd's joke on his life down? Yeah, I saw his joke about not pulling down. But yes, a joke. Do I think his issues are stemming from injury or change of style? I think it was just injury. I think it's just a general injury and then him getting over COVID and things like that. But I mean, I'm sure, hopefully I talked to him this weekend and I get a more of an inside scoop for you. But yeah, it just looks like an injury to me. I'm not trying to make excuses for him. But just, dude, the whole thing looks funny. It seems weird, right? He suddenly got way weaker in his wrist or something. Right? Or like suddenly Gennady is way stronger than everybody else, than Pushkar and everybody. I mean, like, something's weird, I think. But yeah, I saw that joke. Yeah. I appreciate the $10 super chat, Coldstone. Thank you so much. GB19 says $2 super chat. Thank you for your time. No problem, man. You guys always get my time. Bridget Mills is $5 super chat, says because Stone Cold said so. Yeah, Stone Cold did say so. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna start wrapping this up. You guys, please, this is a big push for Lion Straps. They have their own website, you guys. Once again, those are my boys. That's Sims from my team. Those are my guys. And they are the best straps in the market. So you guys go head over to Lion Straps, lionstraps.net, and check them out. Another super chat, Marcus Thompson with the 20 euro super chat. Get some pizza. You lost 20 pounds looking too thin, LMAO. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Also, you guys, I got some new shirts from Filthy Power. I got to go get those, and you guys will see me rocking those. Filthy Power, my clothing sponsor, owned by Brandon Allen. So I'm going to go pick those up, and I'll start wearing those. But yeah, so give you guys a heads up, and thank you for the super chats. And you guys are amazing. But please, I want to hear when I talk to Arm Wrestling Planet, that's ETN, the guy that runs Lion Straps. I'd love to hear that you guys bought a bunch of straps. That would make me super happy because those are my boys. Those are arm wrestling guys selling arm wrestling straps. Those are made by arm wrestlers for arm wrestlers. It's just helping arm wrestling. So those are my boys. And you guys are freaking awesome. Always supporting me. Way too much. I can't wait for the Dave match, guys. I hope I win, and I hope all you guys that are cheering for me, like, I hope I'm able to bring that victory and we do it together. And I'll be so excited. I'll be tripping. So yeah. All right, guys. I'm out. Thank you for everything. I appreciate it. filthypowerindustries.com/awdirk15. natfitnation.com, discount code AWDerek. Linestraps.net, discount code AWDerek. You guys go save yourself some shirts, supplements, straps. Save yourself some money. All right, guys. I'll talk to you later. You guys are amazing. See ya.